As the saying goes, the future just doesn't happen, it is created. Ethiopia has had quite a major breakthrough in wheat production over particularly the last 4 years, where it's gone from import dependence to self-sufficiency. What lessons and takeaways can we have here from Ethiopia's experience?
Thank you so much. Good evening, all. Please allow me to convey greetings and regards from my Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed Ali to Excellency President Macky Sall and President Adesina. And I want to congratulate you both for hosting such an important event on the thing that really matters to African people. So, yes, we have set the vision of food sovereignty. Of course, food sovereignty is bigger than food security because it goes to each and every household. We can really translate that concept of food sovereignty to each household. So we really bought into this idea of food sovereignty. Of course, Ethiopia has invested in agriculture for long, but since 4 years ago, we have seen huge transformation, as you mentioned. But the sector had lots of challenges, and we had to struggle with those structural challenges, low productivity and competitiveness, which could be explained by the low level of technology adoption, low finance, inputs, incentive misalignments, and climate change, of course, and other factors which really fall under this. But recognizing this challenge and putting the vision of food sovereignty and nutritional security, the Ethiopian government launched several initiatives, including the famous, national wheat program, the heat resistant, as well as the dry season irrigated wheat. So as you heard from President Macky Sall earlier, so the last year's performance was tremendous, and it really showed us what we can achieve, really, Africans, if we can focus on solving the structural challenges and the bottlenecks, the binding constraints that really hold us back from achieving our target. So the National Wheat Program, the green legacy itself, because climate change is not just a fancy word for us, for all Africans. It's a real thing, it's happening. It's really affecting us. The impact is, visible, and it's coming very frequently than ever. So, for addressing the climate change, we have launched the Green Legacy Initiative, led by our Prime Minister. And of course, we shouldn't keep on selling our agricultural products raw. We should be able to process them and create jobs for our youth. More than 70% of our population is below 30 years of age. We need lots of jobs. So we should really stop sending our products, our produces raw, and we have established 4 big integrated agro-processing industries, which are really instrumental in creating the backward and forward linkages and organize farmers in, farmer centers, transformation centers, as a collection center for the produces of the farmers, and so that they can really earn better and change their livelihoods. And of course, recently we have launched Yelema Turufat, which really speaks to nutritional security. It's about poultry, it's about dairy and beekeeping and related, aspects of agriculture, which brings more protein to the tables of our, farmers and our citizens. So specific policy interventions were there. Regarding finance, I've said agriculture has never been adequately financed in Ethiopia as well as elsewhere, but our budget for agriculture has more than doubled the last 4 years. Again, we have financial inclusion strategy, and we have passed a directive to really finance our farmers using their movable assets, their sheep, goats, their cattle, and the crop on their farm. So this was an important milestone for us to solve the issue of finance. Lease financing for agricultural mechanization was also an important milestone, which is really changing thousands of lives. We have a special purpose grant for regions which directly goes to financing small irrigation schemes. It is changing lots of farmers' life. Mechanization, more than 600 mechanization items, from tractors to, things, machineries that really help in dairy farmings have been relieved of duty. So we are importing them duty-free. So that was an important policy intervention. The other is land management. We always say, African land is fragmented, but as my Prime Minister always says, land is fragmented in our minds, in our heads. When you go to the field, land is not fragmented. So for us, what we have witnessed in, the wheat fields is we see thousands of farmers coming together voluntarily in land clustering program to crop similar crops. Like for the wheat, for instance, we were able to achieve so much because of the new intervention on land clustering. So the land clustering really helped us to have technology, better technology, mechanization, input, other technological inputs, and those inputs were able to produce better because of the land clustering. When, again, contract farming laws are passed, land certification, but in land certification, we made sure both, the women and the men, have the right to use that land. So in every certificate, in each household, you have the mother and the father, or the partners having the right, equal right to own that land. So that was really an important thing. Fertilizer and seed subsidy, for smallholder farmers was an important point. Logistic, with African Development Bank support, we have achieved tremendous in really building roads, road infrastructures. Of course, the agro-processing industry parks, the African Development Bank has huge stake in that as well. So we are really thankful for that, but huge infrastructure development has also been made. But without the private sector, we cannot do that much. We can only do so much. So for us, the 20 million plus smallholders are private sector. But in addition to that, we really want to commercialize our agriculture. So we have lots of incentive packages regarding land lease, one-stop shop facility, investment guarantees, and several other investment packages. Let me stop by just mentioning some of the important achievements that we have made. Let me give you some numbers. The 25 million quintals of wheat through only dry season irrigation. This is this is not the regular rainy season plantation, only, using the land which used to stay idle, waiting for the rain to come. So through irrigation investment, we were able to produce 25 million quintals of wheat just last year. As we speak now, Dr. Adishina, you should be more proud today with this number. As we speak now, 1 million hectares of land are covered with dry season irrigation, and we will be harvesting it after 90 days. So this is really a tremendous achievement, and we are set to export, wheat very soon. We were able to plant 25 billion trees. Out of that, 500 million are fruit-bearing trees. So green legacy was not only about planting trees, it was also about food security. So we were able to achieve food security through our green legacy, of course, an adaptation and mitigation strategy to the climate change challenge. So finally, the export from agriculture. Only in the last 4 years, we were able to add $1 billion to our, commodity export only from agriculture sector, and this is huge achievement. Thank you so much.
Your Excellency, Festum Assefa, thank you.